Kilo Papa 468, the name North America.
14 Kilo Papa 468 France, 9 Alpha Tango 791, Gulf Islands in the North Pacific.
Oh, 791, 980. I'm not sure about the code. Great color. I'm very surprised. The bed is open very late here in the evening. It's just about 22 minutes past 7 p.m. Good afternoon. Name is Fred. Foxtrot Romeo Echo Delta. Living about 400
Yeah, good to hear you in there, Fred. I heard you calling, so I kind of followed you up here. I've done a few contacts out into France, your neck of the woods today. I got a good signal on you, 5 and 9. Good audio as usual, Fred, sounding Q5 coming out of France. Here to 9 Alpha Tango 791 out here on the Gulf Islands, North Pacific, off the far west coast of Canada, QSL.
Yeah. What's your name?
You got Joe on this side, Juliet Oscar Echo.
Yeah, okay, Joe. So, where are you living exactly? You are in the BC, right?
I'm off the far west coast of British Columbia, out here on the southern Gulf Islands, QSL.
Yeah, you are into the island or just on the border to the coast, over?
Yeah, we're off out here on the islands. So our islands are called the Southern Gulf Islands. And you can Google our island. I'll spell it for you. Salt Spring Island. So Sierra Alpha Lima Tango separation Sierra Papa Romeo India November Golf. Salt Spring Island, QSL.
Oh, Salt Spring Island. Is here the Utah reference? I do not remember, Robert.
Yeah, we're actually more off the coast of Washington State, believe it or not. We're below the 49th parallel here, but off the extreme southwest coast of British Columbia.
Yeah, right. I remember a lot of Canada in the DC in the past from 40 years ago. I remember a lot of Canada with a friend in Terras on the west part of the south of BC. Okay, Joe, I'm very enjoyed to cover you. 5 and 9 solid. Here we will be in over short path. Getting to the Pacific and the west coast tonight. Running about a 1K and a 5 minutes monobander. Put it anyway, Joe. See what's up?
Sounding good, Fred. Very, very nice signal. Very good audio. It's working really well for you. I'm running the RCI 2980WX here, base station radio. A D104 old school lollipop microphone. Pushing about 150 to 200 whiskeys through a 3-element flat side Serial Yagi beam pointed up over the North Pole, QSL.
Yep. Great job. And okay, for the old school. Me too. I get old school. The rig is at about 65,000 RP. Driving an amplifier and solid state amplifier Acom 2008 with Peer 781 microphone. 5-minute monobanner, about 8
It's working good, man. I run a lot of old school equipment here, Fred. Keeps on working. You know, I'm still using some of my radios I bought back in the 1970s. You know, I got one lollipop microphone I bought in 1977, and I still use it. I got it hooked up to an old TRC 458 base station, and it still works just like new.
Great. How many years do you have, Joe?
I've been into the radio since 1977, and I got a room full of radios here. God, I must have a dozen or so of them, QSL.
58 years old here. 58 years old. I've been here for 40 years, QSL.
Yeah, I'm 60. I turned 60 at the end of March, so I'm going to be 61 at the end of next March. So yeah, 1977, that's when I got into working DX here on the radio.
Great. About a 60 next 2026 in April. I'm retiring, okay? I wait again 22 months before retiring. Joe, for information, next February, I've covered of the large part of the eastern part of Canada, and I stay 10 days in St. Pierre and Miquelon.
Oh, you're so lucky. I've always wanted to talk to those islands there off the coast of Newfoundland that are actually owned by France. And I know people that have been to those islands. And it's funny, last night on a forum on Facebook, a guy got some QSL cards from St. Pierre and Miquelon. And I said, that's the contact I want to make. I talk to Newfoundland once in a while, but I've never talked to those French islands off of Atlantic Canada, QSL.
Joe, 20, go 20. I'm working hard there, but of course, I'm not to forget the 27 McGurn. Give us the ham ticket. Give us the ham ticket, Victory Custom, Joe, over.
Yeah, no, I don't have my ham ticket. You know, and back in 1980, I was actually studying for it, and then I just kind of lost interest. And, you know, I seem to talk a lot of places right here on 11 meter band, so I never really bothered getting it, QSL.
Yeah. Okay, so, if you put my email address on the send me an email, and I send some more information about the trip in the East Coast,
Yeah, I'm on there. You can find me on there too. Just go to 9 Alpha Tango 791, and my email, my address, everything is on there. And you know, if you want a QSL, I do QSL 100%. But unfortunately, Canada Post, the Postal Service, has been on strike now for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, Canada Post. So no mail is coming into Canada or leaving Canada, QSL.
What happened is that the revolution, maybe. Okay. So, of course. Now, don't worry, Joe. I'm sure I crossed you a bit when I was correcting you on the East Coast. I say long days in Montreal, and the second days in Richmond, in St. John's, and when I come back and forth, I say in Halifax, on the, just a discovery for the first time for me. So, it's my third trip in the 141 division from 2012 years.
Oh, you're lucky. That is awesome. I'm happy for you. I've never been there. Never been there before. I was born and raised here on the West Coast, and I've never really been anywhere in Canada. I would love to see that. That is, well, the East Coast of Canada is 4.5 time zones. Newfoundland is 4.5 time zones ahead of us here. It's a pretty big country, and Atlantic Canada 4 time zones. But when you get to Newfoundland, another half hour ahead. So 4.5 time zones. We're Pacific. I'm Pacific Coast time zone here, QSL.
Yeah. How many miles from Vancouver you are?
I'm going to say southwest of Vancouver, maybe 50 miles, maybe something like that, 40, 50 miles.
Not too far. Maybe I could have some possibility to travel in the West Coast of the future, and I'm sure I have lots of friends in Vancouver Island, Victory 7 station, and some of the guys are here also on 11. So, for me, I'm sure I cross you, and maybe 3 years, and I'm sure we have some chance to have a meeting.
QSL, well, one of these days we might meet if you make it over here to the West Coast. I've never been to Europe. My wife has been to France, Scotland, Ireland, England, but I've never been to Europe yet. So one of these days, it is on my bucket list. I got to do it before I get too old. I'm retired. I'm also retired on this side, QSL.
Oh, yeah. What's the job you were before?
I was a Parks Department. I worked for the government, so I had a good job. Parks and Rec, Parks Department.
Great. I am farmer here. Here we are, producer. Okay, so I have a chance to travel around the Pacific in India, Africa, travel to Japan, to Mali, to Guam, to Cyprus, and some other country in Europe, of course. But the situation here in Europe, the Europe is about the size to the Canada, and very easy to travel on the car. Do you know?
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, I'd love to see Europe. I have relatives in southern Italy. I'm Italian, so my relatives, side of the family, dad's side, live in southern Italy in Reggio Calabria, QSL.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm sorry I didn't go to you just the dinner for the family. Just my wife after the job are local. I also with my son, Alexei, and just to finish the prep of the dinner for tonight for the family. I'm appreciate again that maybe for the first time, I'm not sure, but I'll be close to missionary of the band, Joe Jones. 781, KP468 Fred in Western Fred. Enjoy the rest of the Sunday. Enjoy the gift. Thank you.
All right there, Fred. Hey, that was a pleasure, my friend. Hey, you have a good dinner out there, and thanks for the good contact, and I sure hope you have a lot of fun out there in San Piero Miccolo off the far west coast of Canada, those islands owned by France. You gotta love it, my friend. Cheers in 73s. 14 Kilo Papa 468 France. 9 Alpha Tango 791 Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Merci beaucoup. All right, Fred. Thanks a lot, buddy. Cheers to you, my friend.